7. Welcome back to my channel. We are going to continue our biology studies, and today is the single-celled protists we are going to learn about. You can have a look at your book on page 57 because most of the information is listed there. Plus you can find there really nice diagrams with the special organisms labeled, plus a word list. Let's start with the word list, and please repeat the words. Of course you can always stop the video footage and you can just concentrate on the new words now. So Euglena viridis, zöld szemes ostoros. And I hope you can remember here that when you think of binomial nomenclature, there are the two special names here. One of them is the genus, the second one is the species name. Excrete, kiválaszt. Excretion, kiválasztás. Flagellum, ostor. Food vacuole, emésztő üregecske. Ingest, bekebelez. Paramecium, papucsállatka. Protist, egysejtű. Pseudopod, álláb. Roe, sor. So let's see one of our first creatures, Euglena. Euglena are special because they just contain one single cell. They have a cell membrane, and a cell membrane basically protects the little creature, and we are going to analyze the rest a bit later. The most important thing about this creature here is the fact that it's a protist, so it has one single cell, okay? We call protists eukaryotic creatures. Eukaryotic creatures have a special nucleus which is responsible for reproduction that contains DNA. And they usually move by different structures, flagellums or cilia or some other structures. This one here has a flagellum. Some of the protists can even have chlorophyll. This one has. So it can make photosynthesis by using light. But if conditions are not the best for this creature, it becomes something like an animal, and it can move with its flagellum. So it's a really strange creature. So these are single-celled algae, and like plants, they contain chlorophyll. When an Euglena gets too large, it can divide in half. The nucleus splits in the middle too. So this is how they can reproduce. And here you can see a Euglena viridis, zöld szemes ostoros, and hopefully you can see some of the moving Euglena here. Yeah. The flagellum cannot really be seen well, but you can see nicely the chlorophyll, and maybe in some of them the nucleus in the middle. So this was the first protist we had to deal with, and the second one has this slipper shape. So this is why it's called Paramecium, papucsállatka. The slipper-shaped Paramecium lives in water and wet soil as well. In ponds and lakes it can be found, even in rivers. They have parallel rows of hair-like cilia. You can see that right here around the cell. Inside there's cytoplasm, which is a see-through liquid-like structure, and with the cilia it can move. The little cilia can even help the little Paramecium capture food, and it can ingest food, and the food can be stored here in the contractile vacuole inside. So they have parallel rows of hair-like cilia on their surface that are used for obtaining food and for locomotion. Paramecium use their cilia to capture food. The cilia sweep the food to the mouth of the Paramecium, where a food vacuole forms. You can see Paramecium here. Some of the inner parts can be seen nicely. Food is digested by enzymes within the cell. Enzymes are digestive juices which help to break the food down. And then the undigested food is basically just removed from the cell inside. Paramecium reproduce mostly by splitting in two, so it's kind of similar to the previous Euglena. And because they feed on bacteria and algae, they play a really important role in cleaning water. Paramecium caudatum papucsállatka is the special Latin name of the creature. So after this, we are going to move on. And the amoeba is the next one, which is again a protist. It has one single cell. You can check the different parts of it: nucleus, contractile vacuole, food particles inside the cell, cytoplasm, cell membrane. And what is new here is the pseudopods. Pseudopods are basically the parts which can help the creature move. When the amoeba sends out a pseudopod in any direction, the rest of the protoplasm flows slowly to the same direction. So this is how it moves. So you can see that here. If the pseudopod meets with a particle of food, the cytoplasm of the amoeba completely surrounds the particle and takes it into the cell. Food taken into its body is enclosed within a space called the food vacuole, where enzymes digest it. The food is absorbed, waste materials are expelled from the cell, and the food vacuole then disappears. So the pseudopods can be seen here. It can ingest or capture the food particle with the help of these. You can read about this in your book as well on page 58. Amoeba can play a really important role in cleaning waters, but some of them can be parasites and they can even cause sickness. They reproduce by splitting in two. The parent cell divides into two smaller copies of itself. Now you can check even the keywords with me on page 58. Euglena viridis. Oh, okay, I think we mentioned all these at the beginning of the video. Then, why don't we check the workbook tasks, page 62 and 63. Please label the diagrams here. We have 3 single-celled protists. Please write the parts around them. After that, you can just check the true or false statements, answer 2 questions here, and the multiple choice can be done really quickly, and we can just check all these in our next Zoom session. So keep up good work. Bye-bye.